So, I did a crossover of two of my favorite things, the Game of Thrones universe and the keyboard hobby. Theme board is something I love to do and I want to do even more. Although I did one earlier, but it seems like nobody was that much bothered about it. During the 5th episode of House of the Dragon's 2nd season, the idea of doing a House of the Dragon themed custom build came into my mind. I wanted to build something that would be somewhat representing the House Targaryen. And for that intended build, I just had the kit. A red colored and black bottom Fairy65. A very new custom keyboard kit that I got recently from Taobao. This is basically a Matrix Corsa-like Custom kit for just $76. The specs are pretty decent as well. In short, the case is made out of spray-coated 6063 CNC aluminum and has a dual mounting style, that is, gasket socket and top. The PCB is a 1.2mm 5-pin hot swap with south-facing orientation, no RGB and flex cut with connectivity options over USB and Bluetooth. The PCB also supports QMK and VIA. It uses FR4 plate as a stock. At the top right, it has this nice display and I had just the idea to make the best use of it. I know, you guys are waiting to know how good this kit is, but don't worry, I'll drop another video with my review on it soon. For now, let's focus on the build. As I was saying, it felt perfect for the build I wanted to do. Now let me explain how I chose the other matching parts that would go with the theme. For the keycaps, I had few in mind, like White-on Mag Hiragana or Cyrillic triple shot ABS1, GMK Infernal, something that would give the red and black vibe of the House Targaryen. But I wasn't finding anything here. After scouring to Taobao, I have found the keycap set that would be a perfect match in my opinion. This dragon themed keycaps is made of diced-up PVT, so it wasn't as black I expected it to be, although it's quite thick with some nice novelties. The saddest part is, by the time it reached my hand, House of the Dragon season is over. Also with all these, I have also decided to went for a nice Targaryen emblemed artisan. So I reached out to a local artisan shop who could do it. For the switches, I went for the Gateron Vermilion Bird. In my opinion, it's a pretty underrated linear switch. The reasons were pretty simple. Number 1, they kinda go with the board, although I know the Akko Dracula would go in just fine. And number 2, they sound really nice on FR4 plate. And I like the feel on it. So with everything said, let's go with the build vid. So the first thing that I've done was added tape to the back of the PCB. I really hate the flex cut PCB, but this is the only option I had while getting this keyboard. For this build, I went with Everglide Panda V3 plate mounted stabilizers. The main reason is I ran out of screen stabs and this kit doesn't come with one. Despite all that, these are the best plate mounted stabilizers out there, period. And perform as well as some screw-in ones. Afterwards, I added the IXP sheet, plate foam, and put the FR4 plate on top. It's screwless, so you have to insert switches at various ends of the FR4 plate to hold the PCB and the plate together. As for the mounting, I have decided to went for the silicon gasket socks. Later I have added one case foam, attached the display to the PCB, checked whether everything is working as intended.
So display should work right now.
Then assemble the board. Now, the last thing that is left is putting the keycaps. And the beautiful artisan. I must say, it came out really good. The build was almost done, and then a disaster struck. The display stopped working altogether overnight. I intended to add Queen Rhaenyra's image over there, but I couldn't. To be honest, it was really frustrating. I did send it to an expert, and according to him, the display was faulty and the soldering of the module was piss poor. So yeah. Then, a fellow hobbyist from my Discord server suggested a unique thing. Yep, I've printed an image and pasted it over the display. Now it looks like more of a badge. With that, the build was completed. This was one of my most anticipated builds, and I guess it's better late than never. The boards sound really good, and I'm experimenting with all the mounting styles and sound signature. The display dying out was really a punch in the gut, but I'm trying to reach out to the Taobao seller for a replacement. I'll cover all this in my detailed review, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also, join my Discord server to interact with me and like-minded keyboard individuals. I would love to know how the build looks overall in your eyes and whether you want me to explore more themed builds like this. So with that, goodbye and have a great day.